over there?
That's what I was wondering. Say hello, hello, hello.
Hello?
Can everybody hear us?
Can you hear us? Look at this.
Yes. Okay. Say hello.
Oh, they can hear us?
They can hear us.
All right, you can hear it? I wonder why it didn't make, we didn't hear it over there.
We get no sound, but
That makes no sense.
I know it's on. As long as they can hear us, I guess that's okay. Hopefully we can hear
Oh, sure can. All right. Okay.
All right. So when there's always some technical.
Look at Anthony going. Anthony's always something every week.
Every week.
All right, listen, I got my brother, Anthony Arillotta, on today. He's got a new show now, Money, Mayhem, and the Mafia. There's a link underneath. If you go down under there, and you could get the link and go subscribe to his show. It's great. All right, let's go to.
What are we doing? The book?
No, the opening.
The opening.
Yes,
we're opening.
We're going. All right, let's bring in Anthony. What's up, Cousine?
Hey, what's up, cuz?
All right, now we're gonna have a minute.
All right.
What's the matter?
Sit there 1 minute, cuz. 1 minute. Hold on. But I'm saying why he should be coming through the TV and he's not. So
right. There's no sound, so I'll get out of the way. So Anthony, how's it going? You can.
Everything is great.
What you're saying?
What's that?
This is unbelievable. This is what I'm talking about.
I didn't hear you broke up, but everything is great. Everything is going excellent.
We'll get it. Yeah. They're all having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony's probably making faces. We just can't tell right now.
Oh, you can't see me?
He can't hear us. We can't hear him. Or
I
he can hear us. We can't hear him.
Yes.
I'm going to have to pull it up on my phone. If we have to, I'll play the volume from here. I think we'll have a little delay, but yep, there'll be a delay.
Yeah. Ask Anthony to talk.
Anthony, can you have a conversation with me, please?
Yes, I've been here the whole time. I've been hearing you talk. Can you hear me? Hello? Yes, I've been here the whole time. I've been hearing you talk. Can you hear me?
I can hear you right now because I have the phone on and I'm watching the live stream through the phone.
Yeah, so it's a delay. You know, it's a delay.
Just a little bit of a technical. Yes, there is a delay. That's because.
Yeah. So I hear you say that. I hear it again.
Kim, sit down. Talk to Anthony.
All right. All right. Now you're gonna get to see me. How you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing great. Can never be better. So I hear you say that.
I'm freezing. I have like double, triple jackets on. It's cold, you know.
But there's no heat. You didn't pay the oil bill. Oh, this is a big delay.
There we go. We got it. We had it. This is big delay.
What happened? Now it's not working again?
No, I don't know where you went.
Big delay.
There you go.
Oh, we got it. Okay. All right, so let's go back here. All right.
All right. How we doing over there?
Can you hear me, Anthony?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. All right.
Switch up. Tag, you're it.
Sorry about that, everybody. just another week of nonsense. That's all it is. So what's happening, cuz? I'm sorry.
So everything is good?
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's
Oh,
good.
good.
It's too funny.
Nothing. I just came back from meeting. I barely made it. Like you said, the thing was going to go off at 8:30. I was
Yeah.
in Connecticut, and I called you from there because guys knew the restaurants in Boston.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know the one in East Boston. What was the name of the place I asked you about?
Reno's.
Reno's, yeah. So
Yeah.
they went there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was with them, and they knew a lot of guys in my area, and they knew a lot in Boston. So I was out eating at a steak place in Hartford, and I got back here at 8:28 and got linked up right on time, 8:30. I'm always on time, Bobby.
You did. You made it. You made it, cuz. That was good.
Yeah, I made it. Yeah. You look good.
I don't know why I use that. Huh?
You look good. You lost some weight. You're saying the shape. What are you working out?
No, I'm working. Yeah, I lost weight, cuz. When
You're
we
working
did the
out.
show, yeah, when we did the show with A-Light. Remember we went to New York?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, over 2 years ago, whatever.
2 years. Yep. Yep.
I was 275 pounds. Now I'm 239.
Wow.
Yeah.
You feel better, I bet.
Oh, of course I do. Feel a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody, people don't realize it. When they lose the weight and
Yeah.
they eat healthy, they do a little workout mentally too. You'll feel better.
Yeah, you do. You do. You feel a lot better.
You do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Tommy, what have you been doing? Let's talk about the show, Kujin.
So I started my own show. I wanted a platform to tell the story of, you guys in Boston, right? You guys get a lot of notoriety.
Yeah.
And Bobby, you know me. We're both gangsters, right?
Yes.
And we're no different than each other.
Right.
We're both capable of, when it comes to that life, what we're about. And but it just seems like Boston gets a lot of notoriety. New York gets a lot of notoriety.
Yeah.
Chicago, Philadelphia, bigger cities get notoriety. And you actually came up here when you took over as a captain in the Philadelphia family, and you try to come up this way and everything. So you wanted to try to come up here if it wasn't an area that was worth, trying to make money in. And that's our area. That's the area you came up to. So I'm just trying to shine a light into Connecticut, Massachusetts, Western Mass, Central Mass, Eastern Boston, Eastern Mass, which is your area. I have a lot of connections out there. I mean, I sat down with numerous captains, Freddie, Dee, all the, Carmen, all them guys, I could tell stories about all them, but that's Eastern Mass.
Mm-hmm.
They controlled it there. You were there running, with them. I just want to shine light on our area. No one has shining light. And there was, I know you had notorious gangsters in your area, J.R. Russo, the Angelos, Zanino, and all those, you had some major heavyweights in your area. Connecticut and Western Mass had them also, but you just don't hear about them. So that's my object, is to, put our area on the map. And that's what I'm going to do with the show. I don't know how long it'll last. I don't know if it's going to last forever, but I'm going to put our area on the map. And let me tell you something. There was some Billy Grasso. He was the underboss of the whole crew. Yeah, including Boston. They knew they had to kill him, Bobby. They had to kill him to do what they had to do in Boston. They wouldn't have worried about him. If, you know what I mean? They would have said, we don't. They had to kill him to take over what they wanted to do when they shot Salemi and all that bullshit. They would have never killed Billy Grasso. Billy Grasso was the real deal. Yeah. And there was a lot of other Connecticut gangsters, and in my area the same way. So I'm just trying to shine a light on all that area. And also, the modern day. I'm not talking about back then when we grew. But there's a lot of phonies that come forward and like to proclaim a story or, whatever. And you listen to it, and then you listen to it so much that you can't take it anymore. So you just have to speak up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna like put a little shine on our area. I'm gonna talk about my crew, the guys in my area, guys in Connecticut. I'm gonna talk truthful. Some guys I hate, some guys I wanted to kill, some guys I pled guilty to killing them. But I'm still gonna talk the truth about them.
Right.
I'm not gonna like spin a narrative because I don't like them. I'm gonna talk the truth. Some of them were big earners, and some of them were capable being a mafioso. So I'm gonna tell it like it is. And I have a platform. When the haters come at you, I have a platform to shoot back at. That's all.
Yeah. Well, listen.
And it's called, just so you know, it's called Money, Mayhem, and the Mafia.
Yes.
And I picked that name is because, money is what I want to talk about. A lot of people in this life didn't make nothing. There's a lot of broke bums that, were mafia guys, and they didn't make 2 nickels. So I want to talk about the money part because everybody likes to hear about money. And then I want to talk about, mayhem is the violence that comes with that life. And I'm not trying to glorify the violence in that life. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to shine a light on what not to do if you're ever going to commit crimes. And when I talk about the violence in my life, it's we're killing one another. Bobby, if I killed you on the street or you killed me on the street, we both accept that.
Yeah.
Am I right? We both accept.
Absolutely.
I mean, like if I die tomorrow, if you die tomorrow, do you accept that for the life you lived? If somebody came and put a bullet in your head, right?
Yeah. I
for
mean,
the
listen.
life that you, I'm talking for your past life.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody you hurt. Do you accept that? You accept
that?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
I accept it. Right. So when it comes to like talking about the violence, I'm only trying to shine a light, not glorify it. I'm not going to try to get into graphic details of how murders took place, but I'm going to discuss the murders. And they were amongst guys like us that committed the murders. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say it in without offending the family. But you got other content creators that are talking about these murders. They don't care about offending the family. And I lived it. They're coming up with scenarios that aren't true. So if the family aren't mad at them, then you can't be mad at me for, explaining the truth of being on the inside of what happened during that violence. And then the mafia. So it's Money, Mayhem, and the mafia. The mafia is what the biggest organized crime organization that ever was created in the world.
That's right.
And it existed from, in our country, early 1900s, late 1800s, and it's been around even to this day, and it's been a power. So, the mafia is what it is. So that's why I named it that, and that's what I'm going to discuss, and that's what I'm going to go forward and to discuss and explain everything in my show.
I think that's a great name.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, you know what it is? The difference with us, Anthony, we lived that life. We were made guys. We were couples. We were bosses. Right. We don't have to spin nonsense to people. It is what it is. They can read about you. They can read about me. And
without us, there is none of this. You don't have a channel. I don't have a channel. None of us have a channel. Without guys like us, there is no MobTube or Mob, all this, YouTube shit. Because without us, guys that are in the life right now ain't coming on this shit.
That's
so
right.
Then what is anybody else going to talk about? So whether they like us or don't like us, without us, it doesn't exist. And
That's
with
right.
us, it's the real deal. It is the real deal. I mean, I know you had a serious crew. Whether they liked you, they wanted to kill you. I know you. Listen, the guys that wanted to kill you in Boston, and I was there when they said they wanted to kill you. They wanted to kill the other faction, with that family. So it's like if you ain't like recognized, then you would be a nobody. then you would have never came on to the level that they wanted to kill you.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? And so without us, it doesn't exist.
No. Well, in fair honesty, I took over that whole area around the North End. I mean, I had the strongest crew up there, and the Patriarchas couldn't get me out. And this is why, it's easy to say we're going to clip them,
Yeah.
But when I was there, I was too strong.
Yeah.
It was too strong for them.
And you came in at the right time, too, with all the arrests. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because you would have, you got to even admit, with the old timers there and all that stuff, you would have came into a lot of problems with that.
But I would have never.
There would have been you probably would have done it.
Never. Not with those guys. Yeah, not even with Joe Russo or Vinny Ferrari. I would have never did that.
So, well, there you go. That explains it right there.
Yeah.
So you're saying it right there. You would have never, went that route.
No, but I did. I became a boss up there. There was nothing they could do about it.
No, exactly.
And that was it. I had the strength.
And you had a big crew, and I know the guys in your crew.
Yeah.
I remember some of the guys were from Connecticut, and they used to tell me the money that you were making because they were collecting it.
Mm-hmm.
You were making big money in the Boston area.
See, I put too much weight on Bobby Gentile in Connecticut. He was an older guy. You know Bobby. I put a little too much on him, trying to get him to put everything together for me down there because he's familiar with the area.
Yeah.
That's like you coming to Boston. You're going to say, Bobby, where do I go? What do I do? You know what I mean?
Well, the problem with that, Bobby, is so you had the power, but by you putting it under Bobby Gentile, it didn't hold as much weight in the Connecticut area. He didn't hold as much weight as like you would think he did.
Right.
No, nobody really respected him. I mean, he had a name, but I mean, I could give two fucks about him. And the guys that I knew could give two fucks about him. Now, if you come in and you actually sit down and you are who you are, you're with Joey Merlino, you're a made guy with Philly, and you actually sit down to the table, but you're in Boston. What are you going to do? Come up every fucking time this guy's got a beef? Because nobody respected him like that. You know what I mean? That's being honest. I mean, he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy, but he wasn't feared. He wasn't, feared amongst that type of life. But he was a nice guy. He was, he could help you build in the area that you were trying to build. But when he approached people, they laughed at him as far as when he approached them. Now, when you came up, you made it different. People took it more serious.
Yeah. Well, it's like anything else. I mean, he was an older guy. I just felt that I could put him in that position and people would respect me, but I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, and he's from that area. He's from Connecticut.
When I built Boston, even in the middle of the war, I go in a neighborhood or a territory, I grab a boss in there, I don't care, Irish, Italian, whatever, bring them under my wing, and that's how I gain control.
Right.
And that's what I try to do down there, but I couldn't do that because I wasn't down there. You know what I mean?
And we were running too wild down there for you.
No, I know that.
You did.
Bruno didn't even want me down there, remember? How Bruno hated me.
Oh my! Well, listen, that's what I'm saying. When you first came up, you remember when you first came up, and so when you came to La Fiorentina, Bruno was on probation.
Yeah.
You were with me. I was with Bruno. You were meeting me at La Fiorentina, and we were walking around the corner, and Bruno was walking, and you were walking, and I introduced you guys, and I said, Bruno, I go, this is Bobby. He got all nervous and all, not that he was scared because he was on probation. He didn't want to be, So, but that's when when everything was going on back then, And then you told him, you said, Bruno, Bobby Luisi will get properly introduced.
Yes,
in other words, you ain't gonna now. Come on, Bobby. Let me ask you a question. You was a made guy.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Bruno and said, Bruno, I'm a made guy with Philadelphia?
No, never.
Of course not. But you got guys that go around telling people they're made guys. Now, you was a made guy with a big crime family in Philadelphia. Am I right?
Yeah.
You met Bruno. I introduced you to Bruno the first time.
Right.
When all those other guys ran away, I introduced him. And when you met him, you didn't say, you said it properly. You said, Bruno, how you doing? I'm Bobby Luigi. You know,
Yeah.
we know a lot of the same guys, DD, and you mentioned a couple guys, right?
Yeah.
And you said we'll get properly introduced in the near future.
You leave it there. You
That's
don't
the
say
right
no
way
more.
to say that. By you saying that makes this guy think in his head, who the fuck is this guy? We'll get properly introduced. Because he is who he is. You're coming up here and we'll get properly introduced. You said the right thing. Now, Bruno is going to go down to Boston and try to find out who you are.
Right.
You understand? Okay.
Yep.
In other words, he did. He brought me with him. And we sat down with all those guys down there. And obviously, you know, you weren't a fan with a lot of them. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of those guys, you know, they're like, and it's just like in my area, you're going to have guys that say something about me and this and that about, and they could be full of shit. They could be serious or whatever, but you're going to have enemies in that life. And that's what Bruno went down there to find out. And he went to Providence with Louis.
Yeah. All those patriarchs were my enemies, Bo. They all were.
If they were your enemies, what do you think they're going to say behind your back?
Oh, of course, I know. I know that.
Oh, don't worry, we're going to clip them.
Yeah, all nonsense.
Don't worry, let it go. We don't recognize them.
Yeah.
We don't recognize them and all that bullshit, right? You're going to hear that. Meanwhile, you were fucking making money all over North End and all over Boston, right?
Yep. They couldn't even move without me. Yeah. But see, you got to understand.
But that's exactly what happened. So I'm hearing it from all sides. I went down there with him, and when we sat down with those guys, that's what they said.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
Listen,
but you got they're your enemies. You got to expect that.
Yeah. They never cracked an egg. Those guys. There's nothing that they could do.
So when you say they never cracked an egg, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like when you crack an egg.
Yeah,
those guys you ain't gonna hear from because they cracked the egg before. When I say when you say crack the egg, what do you mean? They killed someone.
You know what
right?
I mean?
Okay, right. So that's what we're saying. So it's like the biggest mouths that say, listen, I worry about the guy that doesn't say nothing. The guy that goes on the social media, the guy that goes on the the Instagram and all that stuff, and he threatens.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy that I love. That guy. I want to give him a big kiss and a big hug. You know what I'm saying? The guy that I know that's semi-dangerous or whatever, he ain't saying nothing, that's the guy you put in your fucking mind.
Oh, of course. See, I had to make those judgments on the street. I know who was going to come and who wasn't coming. The guys that I knew that were going to come, those are the guys we went after. Yeah. You know what I mean? The other ones were mouths. They were mouthpieces.
And Bobby, your area, let me tell you something. Boston, like, what a story it is. People don't realize that. What was going on. Forget about the history, going back to the Angelos and, going back to that. But I mean, just the fact that when the war went off, like how many people got murdered back in the late 80s and the 90s, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there was dozens of murders going on. You talk about the Colombo War, the Boston War resembles it, mirrors it. As far as different factions fighting with everything. And there were notorious gangsters there. Notorious. When you take all those guys, like you said, Russo, Carrozza, Vinny Ferrara, all those guys.
Yeah.
Went on that indictment. Then you take the Connecticut faction. There was so many in the Connecticut faction. All notorious. Nicky Bianco.
Oh, yeah.
They killed Billy Grasso, right?
Right.
Notorious gangsters. So nobody's really touched on that in my area. I know books have been written and stories been told about Boston, bigger city, but that's what I want to shine a light on these guys. And when I wrote the book, it wasn't for my story or my book. It was for this area. That's what I explained to the author. I said, shine a light on our area. I can help you do that. Not for me.
But
I'm a big part of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know. But I was a proposed guy at one time in the Petriarca family.
Yeah, right. I know that.
Then after the war was slowing down, some guys got pinched. Then there was problems inside the family again.
Right.
And I said, I don't want no part of this. And I went to New York, ended up in Philadelphia, and I got straightened out.
Right.
Nobody's done what I've done. I took another family in a city, a big city, with a city family. and I took another family in there. I became a boss up there, and they couldn't do nothing about it, Bo. This is why they all hated me.
And you were backed by a legitimate, serious crime family. Like, I mean, the Philadelphia crime family was, is recognized as, outside of New York, a top organized crime family.
Oh yeah.
Same thing as the Patriarchas. I mean, I think the Patriarchas and the Philadelphia crime family are equal. I don't think Philly's more or less than Boston. If you took Raymond Patriarca Sr. and you took Angelo Bruno from Philly and you took those crime families and put them together, I think Patriarchas would rank up even with them. You agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. I mean, Raymond Patriarca Sr. was as real as they get. People don't realize that, what a boss that he was. They think he was outside of New York. He was, whatever. All over. He was on the commission. Even listen, Bobby, I'm going to tell you this. Big Nose Sam Kafari was our boss in Springfield, right? He was born in Calabria, came here, and he was at the Appalachian meeting in 57 when they all got busted.
Yeah.
So what is he doing there from Springfield, Mass? Big, our boss, Sam Kafari, our boss in our area. What's he doing at the Appalachian meeting? Right. When they all got arrested and when all that big thing happened, right? Mm-hmm. But Sam was there. These guys were powerful gangsters that ran with an iron fist. Sam Kafari ran with an iron fist.
Yep.
Raymond Patriarca ran with an iron fist. Okay.
Yep.
And they did. Our area, when Raymond Jr. took over, the iron fist let up. That doesn't mean the crews in Boston, the crews in Providence were weaker. It just means that our area, it didn't happen. When Sam died, they had the Chebelis, treacherous little devils. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it kept going on in our area. So, but, that's why I try to explain, like, the Patriarchas, your area, our area. I mean, we're an hour from each other. How far is it from the Bronx to Brooklyn or, and all that bullshit and everything? We're an hour from each other. We're like a big city. You got Hartford in between. You got Providence to the left. Providence is an hour. Boston's an hour. Hartford, 20 minutes. New Haven's an hour. Everything is right there. We're like one big, huge city. Traveling distance to get to. And we're all mafia connected.
Right.
The way it was. When Louis Minacchio took over in Providence, I used to meet with him all the time. He's in Providence. Then Carmen took over for the Patriarchas in Boston. I used to meet with him all the time. Then you got your shit going on. Then you start coming around, causing, you know what I mean, like another faction, and that's how it was. And it was, and then obviously, the law enforcement steps in and decimates everything, and it gets weaker and weaker and weaker.
Now, look, Anthony, my old crew was still up here and active.
Yeah.
So, all these guys who were killing everybody, wiping me out, my guys are still up here doing. They're not my guys no more. I got nothing to do with it. But the guys that I did, they're still up here. They're still moving around. It's not.
They were under your family. They were under your family. They were under your family. So if that just goes to show you your existence was for real. If they still exist,
they're still there.
Yeah. So I mean, and I read newspaper articles where the guys from Philly were coming up to visit them. I mean, that's public knowledge. We're not saying nothing that's not true. Yeah. So Georgie, and all them are coming up to Boston. They wouldn't be coming up, Bobby, if you were a Fugazi.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever you created, people can say what they want. It's still there. You know what I mean? And they wouldn't be coming up if it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there, Anthony. They're in there. They're in the knot, and they're all there.
And they're smart, Bobby. They're smart. They're not clipping nobody.
No. Everything's quiet up here. It's nice. Everybody's getting along. Who don't respect who? It doesn't matter, but it's quiet.
You got to get along.
Because of what I did to the Patriarca family, they'll just never forget that. they're always going to hate because of what I did and how I put a crew up here, became a boss up here. They didn't like it.
Yeah.
You know,
They
so,
definitely don't like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But they got to sit down. They got to respect each other. So there's a lot of respect between everybody. But like I said, they're still there. They're still on the street.
Yeah.
I don't talk to them. They don't talk to me. That's fine. But
that's good. It's better like that.
Yeah.
Same thing with me. Like if I see listen, they don't. That's better. They don't talk to you.
Oh yeah, nobody bothers me. It's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got nothing to do with that. I go to work every day. I could care less.
Fuck them. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can care less. What are we gonna do? Listen,
nothing.
They can say what they want, do what they want. A lot of them are just full of shit today. And listen, nobody wants to murder. Once you start murdering again, like we did in the 90s, how many guys were killed in the 90s? They were down on all of us.
Yeah.
How long did I mean,
it never ends.
In the 90s, but how long did I last? You know, I didn't get a run. I didn't get runs like Petriarca, Angiulo. No. I didn't get runs like that.
Of course not. And they, listen, Petrarca and Angiulos wouldn't have got runs like they got if they existed in today's world.
No,
they existed in today's world, they would have been pinched right away, the Angiulos. They were down the North End every day. They would have bugged those fucking places and pinched them in 3 seconds if there was the technology back then. And well, look, they got arrested in '84. So they didn't last, the Angiulos, you know.
Yeah. But they had a long run in the 50s, though. Yeah.
Right. But when it finally came down, when you know, the law came up to them towards the end. But imagine if, like, if you go like with these guys, Carlo Gambino and all these guys that they say were the smartest gangsters, they wouldn't last 2 seconds if it was today's modern technology, law enforcement, the way they go after organized crime. They would not have died in their sleep at home like they did.
If people don't realize today, because we went through it, that people talking today, it's just another agreement with the government. That's all it is now. You know what I'm saying?
As far as what?
No, as far as the government, as far as people talking.
Informants?
Yeah. So I mean, it's part of it now. It's part of it.
Yeah.
People don't realize that.
Well, listen, this is how I know it works. They have informants that walk the streets, right?
Yeah.
And they just take the information. They don't act on it, but they just want to have the info. It's just like when they go to war against another country. They send spies over there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we were going to Cold War against Russia, we would send spies. We would try to learn everything that we could. We send spies to all these other countries, right? That's what the FBI did to organized crime. They put spies, which are called informants. Okay. Mm-hmm. The informants go out and they spy and they go out and get information. All the FBI wants to know is what's going on, who the players are, who is doing what. They'll let it, they just wanted to have the information, just like information is gold. Then when the violence comes, then they put all the puzzles together, and that's when they put together RICO indictments and all that. But they could give 2 fucks less about anything else but the murders. You know, if you're going around bookmaking, I mean, if they got nothing to do, they'll pinch everybody and this and that, like today or whatever. But they just want the information. The information is gold. I was told by that. Back in 2002, and they said they have enough to arrest everybody in our area. They're just not acting on it, but they have enough. Like they have enough information from informants, and the informants give them it. Now you'll never know who an informant is. They say we'll get the paperwork on the informant. You can never get the paperwork on an informant. You can get the paperwork on a rat, a guy that testified in court, and this and that, guy that cooperated. Yes, 302s come out, but an informant, you're going to get a number. Yeah, and you're never gonna prove it. So they say, unless I see paperwork, unless you see paperwork on the guy, you're never gonna be able to. You know, I want to see paperwork on the guy. Well, you can't see paperwork on him. He's a fucking informant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't gonna see paperwork. You're gonna see a number.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say. And they have hundreds of them, hundreds that they have. Just to give them little, different information and everything. And then when the serious stuff comes, and then the serious stuff, the life bids happen and everything, that's when guys flip. But it's based off the informants, giving the information and going forward and this and that. And
yeah. Now, Anthony, before we start answering questions, because we got how many questions we got over there?
We got a few.
We got a few over there. Mention your show one more time, and then we'll start going into the questions.
So the show is Money, Mayhem, and the Mafia. You can get the link on my Instagram, Anthony Arillotta on Instagram, and the link is on there. Or you can go to YouTube, and it's Money, Mayhem, and the Mafia with Anthony Arillotta. I have a couple co-hosts.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, good. Thank you. And then I have a couple co-hosts. One of my co-hosts is we're gonna faction the Connecticut gangsters. He's from Connecticut, New Haven, Jimmy Palumbo. We're gonna reference the top 10 gangsters in Connecticut. You know, from Whitey Tropiano, Billy Grasso, the guy Piccolo, and on and on and on down the line. And because nobody's ever talked about them. And you know, Connecticut wants to be recognized when it comes to that shit. You know what I mean? You got gangsters being talked about. You got some of these fools in New York that were fucking bums. Yeah. You know, that are like legends in New York. And you got these guys in New York couldn't shine their shoes. But nobody talks about them. And it's not, and I'm not, you know, trying to abuse New York, because New York had all the fighters, but New York thinks who they are. And I'm just trying to say what we had up here, like in your area, Boston, right? Notorious gangsters there. You know what I mean? They didn't have to get permission from New York if they didn't really want. They had some serious, heavy fucking hitter killers, money makers. They had a vicious crew. I mean, how many members? 100 made guys? You know? I mean, they had a serious family. You know what I mean? Yeah. And some top mobsters of all time, with a notorious boss in Raymond Sr. Raymond Sr. ranks amongst, I'll put him up against any boss in New York.
Any of them. Any of them.
He was on the commission.
No one understands how respected he was there by the other boss.
So I got that. I got, you know, a lot of shit coming out on, you know, like I did these podcasts. Now they just delayed it. It was supposed to come out. That's going to be a good one. It really is going to be a good one. But you know why? Because it was done by the Southern District of New York that prosecuted my case. Yeah. They're the ones that did the podcast. So how good is that going to be? They went through A to Z, everything. It's a 7-part series. It was supposed to come out November 30th. It's not coming out till February now. But the good news is the Boston Globe's going to do a huge story on it. They're going to do all kinds of publicity, you know, for the event coming out on this. So leading up to that, it's going to be, you know, Vox Studios has it, Viacom Entertainment. So it's going to be something big, and that's coming. And, you know, the book's coming. That's going to still be like, you know how the book goes. You know what I mean? You write the book, and then you got to write the rough draft, and then you got to put the proposals in. Then it's got to go to the publisher, and you got to get picked up, and then they got to do other shit, and you know.
Well, they picked up the book with Emily and I. That book's going to be.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good for you.
That was there, and from Copper to Christian, I self-published that one to get it out. So I got 2 of them now on Amazon. You know,
good.
And they're doing good. Everything's doing good. Praise God.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna start going over to Kim now. Hi, Kim.
Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
Say hi to everybody, honey.
Hi, everybody.
You want to go to the top and keep going?
Sure. I seen this nice little shout out for Anthony.
Oh, hi, Sabrina.
Let me see.
Oh, Sabrina's the best.
Yeah.
Anthony's been great down there. He's been really great. Sabrina's such a great girl. I really like Sabrina. She's a good, you know, great girl.
I throw that one out there to kick it off.
Nice. I like that. That was good. That was good.
That was you know, nice
if everyone was like Sabrina, there'd be no problem on these mob YouTube shit.
I know.
You know, problem is we got the dark side. We got the haters that come, and we got to address them though. We can't back down from them. We have to address the haters.
This was another big one right off the bat.
Hi, Jerry. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for the prayers. We caught the eye of the Veterans for Children Rescued, and we'll be going down to Arizona for a meeting. Ex-SEALs who deal with trafficked children. Yeah, we talked about that before.
God
Thank
bless
God.
God bless, man.
These
Good
SEALs,
people.
you got so many fake SEALs out there and fake, Navy,
you. Yep.
false,
Yeah,
what do they
great
call
cause.
it? False, stolen valor. And when you see somebody
Yeah.
like that come forward, it's like, it's nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go, Stomper. Can you read them, Anthony?
Stomper.
Do you see them?
I
Yeah.
can see that. It's slow, but yeah, Stomper. Yeah. Thank you, Stomper. I'm waiting for the fucking hating ones.
Mr.
I'm
B,
gonna
what's
tell.
up? Right
I'm
there,
waiting
go.
to start cursing, but
Oh.
don't even
No,
put them
no.
up.
Terry Blossom, good evening, everyone from Vegas.
Hello, hello.
She's a great
Cherry.
person, too. Yeah, she really is.
Good. Cherry. Subscribe to Money Mayhem. Theodore
Yeah.
Spears. Hello, my family. Yep.
Yeah.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Sabrina. Man, tonight,
All
let's
right,
get
let's
it
get
popping.
popping.
Theodore.
All right,
Yeah.
there you go.
Let's do it. Let's pop it.
All right.
Hey, Steve, what's up? Hi, Bobby, Kim, Sherry, Ann, everyone else. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Buonasera, everyone. Hope all is well. What's up, my brother? Just like and turn on notifications. I'll cover the subscription if you want.
Very cool. Thank you very much.
Nice.
And don't forget to hit Anthony's channel and do the same.
Thank you.
Kingfish. Go ahead, Anthony.
What? Yeah, Anthony
Anthony's
is a
a
real
real
one.
McCoy.
A real stand-up.
Real
Oh,
stand-up.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kingfish.
Yeah.
That's about the vets again.
Okay.
Big G.
Hey, G's on.
Hey,
What's up,
Big
Big G?
G.
That's our man, Anthony, right there. Kingfish. Ciao, everybody. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Kim. Hello, Anthony.
Hello, Kingfish.
Hello. Oh, that's for G. Ciao, Paisan. Oh, 5 to go. I have time for a quick chess game. All right, what do we got here? Hi, Bobby and Anthony, my brothers. What's up, Big G? What's up, my
Big G? Good man right there.
Okay.
Great man.
Okay. I'm still not good at electric stuff, but learning. I feel they're getting the email right for the book.
Oh, all right. Here, let me see. Well, I'll get back to that in a minute.
Okay. All right, here we go, Jerry. Read Proverbs 17, 9 tonight. Hit right where I need it. Good stuff. Yeah, I love Proverbs. I've read that so many times. That's a book of wisdom right there.
Yes, it is.
All right, Eric, what's up? To keep up with all the government spending, we need to legalize drugs and prostitution. Wow. Yeah, because that's where all the money's going. Oh,
I
They
agree.
know how to make it now.
it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, I think a big reason Republicans lost last night was the World War II generation is gone. The people voting now in their place are millennials, yep, and Generation Z, yep. I know there are other factors.
Yep, they're
Yep.
getting bad out there.
Did they lose the Congress? Hey,
What do we
Serenity.
win?
We won the
The House.
House
I
and
mean,
we won the Senate, I believe.
They won the Senate?
I believe it's running a tight line right now. It went
Yeah.
from
49, 48 with 3 to go.
Yeah, so that's where we're running that tight now. Earlier, like you'll hear one prediction, and then you see, and they say there's, oh no, we're down to 3 now. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like one channel says one thing, another one will say something
But
else.
the House, the Republicans picked up the House.
I believe so. It looks like we're heading that way.
What did Theodore say up there? Honey, maybe we can set something up so we all can meet. That would be a glorious day. Well, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Should do
Go
a
have a
meal
nice
sometime.
dinner.
Yeah,
Go have
that's
a
what we
dinner.
Yep.
Either that or we'll record us having dinner.
Get the first one, and then I'm good. Okay. All right. Keep up with all the government spending. We did that already.
Oh, did
All
we
right.
do that one? There's Sherry Ann.
Hi, Sherry. Hi, Bobby and Anthony. What's up?
Hi, Sherry.
Kingfisher's back.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm back, and I won the chess game too. All right, good. I like that.
Hi, Big G.
All right. Hi, Eric. Thanksgiving is coming. When is the Italian cooking show?
Let's
I
do
thought
one
you-
in my area. Let's do one. Come down to my area. We'll do a nice cooking night. We'll invite everybody.
You got the
Well,
stove in that down there?
We can fit 100, 200 people there. We'll have a nice cook. We'll charge a decent amount, and we'll have everyone that comes on the chat, your chat, my chat. We'll charge a fair price, and they all come down. Me and you will be there, and we'll have a nice time.
All right, and maybe we
sure,
can
I
get a
see
few of
how
our
you
other
are.
friends to come too. Yeah, it'd be nice.
I gotta tease him though.
Yeah.
You and him.
Yeah.
I see how he cut me out of dinner. I mean,
No, you'll get it dedicated. Don't worry about it. Oh, I see.
No, you're
Chosen's-
invited. You're coming.
All right, there you go.
All right. Good evening, Bobby and Kim and Anthony. All right, Chosen.
Dang. We haven't seen Chosen.
Anne Marie's here.
Anne Marie.
Hi,
Hi,
Anne
Anne
Marie.
Marie.
Okay. Hello, Helen. All right,
Hey,
Keith's here.
Keith.
Look at that.
Keith's a good
Good
guy. I like Keith.
Yes, Anthony Lara's show. Please subscribe on YouTube. Yes,
Big
the
G.
description is down. Just hit the link down below. Go right to his show.
Yes.
And anytime Anthony does a show, honestly, like I might do Vlad and get like 50,000. Anthony gets 150,000.
Well, he's the man.
He is the man. Everybody loves him. I'm telling you, this show's gonna blow up, Anthony. You know that.
I just want to tell our story. If it does,
Well, you will. Ray Senior, The Office says, buy a shirt. I'm like in a book. Or you are coming to the office. That's right. That's what Raymond said. Everybody got to buy. I like that. Bobby and Anthony, how's it going, my brothers? Good, Corey.
Oh, Corey. How are you, Corey? My name, damn brother.
I like that. Chosen. God bless everyone in the chat. God bless folks. All right. What type of cigar is that?
This is my father. It's my father. It's a good one, actually. These are good.
Nice.
But I don't smoke in the house, so I won't smoke. After the show, I'm gonna go out and smoke it.
What is Jerry saying here? Scratch your nose if you can hear them and see what we are saying. Anthony's a good guy.
Soretti's a good dude. I like
Yeah.
Soretti. Corey's a good dude too.
Corey's good.
Yes,
Yeah, I can
the
see
thing
him.
is,
Yeah, I could see him. I
Now
never
that-
thought I could see him, but I could see him.
Okay.
some of them we're getting
Weekly
caught up
glitch
from
left alone.
earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Theodore.
Oh, this shit is just scary. You're good, Bobby. Not today, Satan. That's right. Anthony, that's for you.
What's that, Anthony? OG.
Yep.
Genovese. Do you have connections with the Genovese? I mean, I was made in New York City by the
Yeah.
bosses in New York. So
Mm-hmm.
New York is the Genovese family. That's where the Genovese family is based out of. And Springfield was a faction of that. So we had our own crew. Al Bruno was made in the Springfield faction in Springfield. All the Springfield guys got made in Springfield.
Nice.
I was the only guy that got made in New York City. So I met, with all those bosses and captains, and it was, I had a lot of, connections with the New York-based Genovese family.
That's true, because all my
guys
are made up. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Albany, you okay? What's up, fellas? Anthony, you got any funny stories about stick-ups or scores gone wrong?
I got a lot of stories about scores. Definitely. I don't know if they went wrong. Yeah, there was a couple went wrong. We robbed a truck, and Freddie was with us on that one, and we hijacked the whole load. And my father had a fruit stand, and so we brought the whole load to my father. It was all like, things that you could sell at the fruit store that he had, candies and cigarettes and all that type of shit. It was like 70,000. My father was going to give us 70,000 for it. But what happened was when we went to the my father's store, we had a Ryder truck that we loaded everything in. We didn't bring the Ryder truck back in time. So the Ryder truck reported it stolen. So when we brought so we went to my father's store, the Ryder company's truck place that you rent them was like 2 miles down the road. So somebody must have came by and saw the Ryder truck there. They located it as the stolen truck. So when we were going to negotiate the price for the stuff, I came out. My father said he was going to give us 70,000 for the stuff. And my father was not a criminal at all. I was like, Dad, we got this stuff. You want to take it? You could sell it at the store. And he was going to do that. And so when we came out, there was 2 guys on each end of the truck. I saw them. We came out with the 2-wheelers to unload the truck. But when I saw them, I kept going around the corner into the building. And then Freddie, he saw me. He kept following me around into the corner. But the guy that worked for my father, Guido, he was an Italian immigrant. He was like all happy for me. He was like, Anthony, what are you doing now for work? And I go, yeah, I got this stuff. I'm delivering goods and everything. I'm delivering stuff. He goes, I'm so proud of you. Come on, I'll help you unload the truck. So this poor bastard came out to unload the truck. Meanwhile, you got these 2 guys there that are waiting for him. The cops all show up. They grab him. Me and Freddie go out in the back. Freddie hid in the doghouse. I pretended I was working there. Meanwhile, the guy Guido, who's from Italy, he doesn't know anything. They got him up against the wall. They got the cuffs on him. He's like, I don't know what the fuck you guys doing. What are you talking about, right? So they were going to arrest this fucking Guido. Meanwhile, the cops, there's like 10 cops that come into the place. They're asking my father, whose truck is that? My father right away, even though he's not a criminal, he says, I don't know. Somebody came here to sell me some stuff. I don't know where they went. Yeah. Meanwhile, Freddie's in the doghouse. I'm over by the dumpster pretending I work there. Guido's getting hijacked, getting arrested by all the cops. And he's a poor, innocent immigrant that fucking works for my father, And then they took the whole truck. So we did all that work and a $70,000 score, and boom, it was all gone. And we had a gun underneath the seat, and so we lost everything. We did a lot of scores though, a lot of good scores, a lot of profitable ones too.
Big Boy Blue, here we go.
Good evening.
All right, we got to start running down here. Anthony, did you ever do anything with the Pittsburgh guys? No, right?
I don't think I did. No.
Hopefully, Anthony will write a book about his life. It goes in Austria. Yeah, he's doing that right now.
Yeah.
All right, Southie in the house. Lots of phonies. There is my friend.
Oh,
here she is, my beautiful Sheila. Hi, Anthony. Hope all is well. Bobby does look great. You and I talked about the intake of protein.
Yes.
Yeah, Bobby, and a lot more proteins.
High protein, low carbs.
Yep.
3 hours a day, every day. 3 hours, every 3 hours, little protein. It'll come all off you.
Yep. Mob Entertainment Group. What's up,
Hey,
Bobby?
JC, what's up?
What's up, brother?
JC's a good dude.
Yeah. Anthony, did you get to meet any of the guys from the 85, 86 era in Hamden, New Haven, or Hartford?
I mean, if there were the guys that were there, yeah, I met them all. I did business with them all throughout Hartford, New Haven. I met them. They were older than me, but I did business with all of them, and I got so many stories with them, and all the way through. I met them when I was supposedly not supposed to be around the mob, when I got caught with the weed, and I was doing more business with those guys than I was with my own crew.
Oh, Sean Sullivan, what's up, buddy? Hi, Bobby. God bless. Give it up to the working man. All right, my brother. Mr. B, have that juice my family.
All right.
Where are we now? What's going on?
I hit the wrong button. Did you want the bad one? You said you wanted a bad one, right? You want a bad one,
Well, if
Anthony?
you want to hear me fucking talk very filthy back to them, then you can give me the bad one.
Let's just get rid of that one.
All right,
let's get rid of it.
Tell me it afterwards too, so I can, attack them afterwards.
He was just being a little jerk.
Christopher Donahue.
What was it?
Tell
me afterwards, so I can abuse them.
And the American LCN didn't believe in bombs because of the innocent people dying. Why did the Chin take a chance with a bomb meant for Gotti, but got Frankie? That's a good question.
I could say a good answer for that.
Yeah.
Well, because they killed the boss without permission, so they broke that rule.
Yeah.
And so
why not? Yeah.
Yeah, so they would go after him. And plus, don't forget, back then you couldn't kill that guy. I mean, he was law enforcement was watching him 24/7. Everywhere he went, he had law enforcement presence. You couldn't get near him with a hit team because, he had bodyguards, but then you also had the government watching him.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, the only way really to take him out was a great way. He was supposed to be in that car. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He was supposed to be in that car with Chico and he was supposed to be killed. And Chico was just as powerful as he was. If you ask anybody in that life, Chico should have been the boss. I mean, Chico was just as powerful as Gotti, and they killed him. So, they broke the rule, and they were gonna, I think at that level, that was the smart move, and the only way to kill him with all the heat on him.
Mm-hmm. All right. Keith Cochran, $10. Good evening, fellas. Salute. Thank you, brother.
Keith's a good man.
Oh, Kingfish is a member. Nice. Let's go. Hey, Paul. Hey, guys. Must be Wednesday. Anthony, looking forward to your show.
Thank you, Paul.
Paul's a great guy. He is. All right, Brian. Hey, guys. Looking good, Bobby. Hi, Kim. Anthony, love your stories.
What's up, Brian?
Nice. What do we got here? Another one from Brian. I'm having a reheated eggplant Rollatini. Oh, nice.
I go to Andino's.
Yeah.
Brian, I go there all the time. I go to Zuma's. I go to Louis Cigars. I go to all those joints.
Yeah. Nice.
I go there. Yeah.
All right. I seen something up the big tuna. Here we go.
You want
and Peter? Well, there's Peter. Look.
Yeah, I know. That's where
all right. How much weight do you lose, Bobby? I don't know, Ralph. I think I was 275. I lost over 35 pounds. My brother. All right. Irish. What's the one up top? Oh, this Peter. All right. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, my friend.
You're looking at the wrong spot.
Hill Light, good show. Thank you, Peter. I know I'm doing it again.
You're doing it again.
All right.
And you got to do that on Anthony's show, too.
Yep. Yes, hit the likes on Anthony's show, the Bobby show. Great clips on both shows. And subscribe, please. Thanks. Thank you, G.
Big G, you're the best.
All right. Sausage. What's that? Gabalucci. Love you, Bobby. I'm from Boston. You're the man. Jesus saves. Keep the faith, man. Always, my brother. All right. What we got? All right. Chilling. Two of my favorites. Pittsburgh in the house. All right, nice. Oh, we got American Made in the house too, huh? All right.
Yes.
9 o'clock can be prayer for a moment for the soldiers still active.
Yeah, the true soldiers, absolutely.
American Made, hi, my friend. All right, Jerry, 114. Tomas, they dealt with stool pigeons different back then. That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Does Bobby have a biography? Yes. You could go on Etsy or Amazon. The links are down below. From Capo to Christian. That's a biography. And a testimony. Ray's Little Helper. Salud.
I like this one.
Merry Christmas. I like that. Recon teams, I believe. All right. Which Capo?
Oh, sorry, it hit the wrong button.
Which Capo had more power on the streets, Bobby or Anthony? We'll let Anthony answer that. We both.
I don't think you can't answer that.
No, that's
different areas. Different areas.
Right. Different areas.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. How do you manage to stay clean? Does everyone else understand and leave you guys alone? Yeah, they do. Nobody's poking the bear, if that's what you're asking. Right, Anthony?
Well, I mean, you stay clean because you don't want to go back to prison.
That's right.
And you make, if you have the brains that we have in that life, you can make money the way we made it legitimately. So
That's
you
right.
just stick to that stuff. And
Yeah.
if we wanted to go back to that life, I'm sure we could have the same power we once had if we chose to in a short period of time.
Yeah.
We just don't choose to do that.
No, I don't want to do that no more.
No.
They don't realize what kind of life that is, Anthony. When you're in it, it's one thing, but to look back, to go jump back in that, no. When you grow up in it, it's a different story. It's part of
I mean, if you could go back and change things, I would go back and jump right back into that life. I just want to do the murders and the violence.
No.
You can give me that life all you want. But the problem was it's going to come up where you're going to have to hurt somebody eventually. You know what I mean? Someone's going to have to get killed,
Yeah.
So there's I mean, if you can take disrespect or somebody doing something that they're not going to do and you're not going to murder them, well, it's the same thing as coming on YouTube and taking some of these fucking trolls, bullshit fucking trolls, hateful statements, hiding behind somebody. It's the same thing as taking it if you're on the streets. You know what I mean? If you're the boss of the area and a guy's doing sports bookmaking and he's supposed to report to you and he doesn't, well, you got to go kill the guy or give him a beating, right?
Yeah.
And so it becomes the same thing. So if you're not going to do that, you got to take that and say, you know what? I don't want to go to prison. We're going to hurt this guy. We're going to kill this guy. And it's the same thing on this bullshit YouTube shit. When the phonies come out with their mouths, the phony, fake gangsters that hide behind their profiles.
Sammy Granito.
I don't even know.
Who's this guy, Chicky, you keep talking about, Ant?
I don't know who you're talking about, Sammy. I never heard of the guy in my life.
That was good,
I don't
Anthony.
know. I don't know that guy.
Oh, Good Times TV. Yeah, Anthony is a good guy. Praise God. He's been my friend for years. I can testify to that.
What's your opinion on Angelo Bruno? From Philly?
Yeah, Angelo
Bruno or Angelo Bruno? Angelo, I never met. I mean, I know all those Philly guys. I was in prison with them all. I was in prison with Teddy that blew up Chicken Man Phil. I was with Sal Grandi that killed Sal Testa. I was with all those Philly guys. And but Angelo Bruno was way before my time. And
way before, and he was the real boss there.
Angelo, yeah.
He was the real boss. Is it Kim? She wants to know if you're single.
I might as well ask, right?
Yeah.
I know that's not you. Oh, we got Richard up there.
Yes, I know.
You just wanted to throw that in?
I had to throw that in.
All right. Hi, Bobby and Kim and everyone. What's up, my brother?
I figured that would give him a little smile.
Big Boy Blue, did you have any money down on the outcome of the election? No. That's for you, Anthony.
All the best to you, brother. I know your show will do well, and I'm sure you too, surprise you. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you. We've got a lot of good stuff coming out too. It's gonna be the truth about Connecticut and Mass, and it's gonna be the way I saw it, the way I lived it, the events that took place, that I was involved with, my crew members. Even if I didn't like them, it's gonna be all about the truth in my area, who was who these wannabes are. I'm gonna just say it like it was, and the true events that took place. What happens after that, I don't know. I mean, I might last on YouTube 6 months, maybe a year. Once I get the story out, who the fuck knows where it's going to go? But that's what my intentions are, to put us on the map.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jason. What's up, Bobby and Anthony? Everybody have a nice night.
No.
Don't back anybody. You guys are a class act. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Richard. Herman. Hey, Herman, there. How are you? I like Herman's a good man.
Yeah.
The casino's small. Yeah, it's small. I go there a lot, and it's nothing like the Mohegan, or it's nothing like Mohegan or Foxwoods. I went to the one in Boston there, whatever the fuck that is. But it's a small casino. What's good about our area is it filled up the South End. You know, it filled up the South End. It made our South End now have, you know, other, like the Wahlburgers got their burger joint down there now. It filled up the where now you can go and gamble, and they got some restaurants inside. So I mean, it's a small casino, but we got a small city, so it's good.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, we seen that. That's a hell of a good idea, OG Anthony. The dinner, I'm game. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, we'll set something up.
I like that. Okay, Kingfish. Okay, my daughter wanted me to tell this joke. The bad joke of the night. Did you know trees can poop? That's where we get number 2 pencils. That was cute. That was
we
good.
We always got one good one.
I like that. All right.
I don't know if that's to somebody or if it's to you guys.
Carmen S., Mr. Seretti.
Carmen S. is good. He's a good guy.
You guys are a class act. No hate talk. It's great. Yep. Oh, we don't hate anybody. Carmine. All right. Mob Entertainment Group. All right,
JC. By the way, JC always plugs me in. JC's Mob Entertainment Group. He's a good dude. He helps me out with everything, and you know, give him a shout out with his channel and everything.
American Made wants one of those guys, Anthony.
Yeah, go on my Instagram and DM me. I'll send you them.
Hey, Mark's here. I'm smoking a Monte Cristo.
Yeah, there you go.
In my patio amongst the hurricane.
Oh, be careful down there.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I'm Mark.
Yeah. The white labels are good too. I like them.
That's for you, Anthony.
Yeah, I did have connections with the Genovese. So the Genovese family is all connected. You know, so back in the day when Bobby Mano was there, all of these guys here, when, you know, I wasn't there, but my friends that were related to the bosses here, they all went down to the Bobby Mano's daughter or whoever relative's wedding was. It's a very close organization. They had a New Jersey faction. They had the New York faction, and then they had, you know, us faction up here, Springfield. And then I had very close with a New Jersey boss. He was a boss, Larry Dentigo. And so I had a very, I had a good relationship with him. And so there was a lot of New Jersey Genovese guys that I had interactions with. And, you know, they were bosses of the family. You know, they would spread out that shit. You know how they do all that shit. They put up a boss is, they put this guy as a boss, but really that guy's the boss, and they switch them all around. But yeah, I had connections with New Jersey.
All right, here's our friend Anthony. Keep up the good work, gents. It's Matthew.
Oh, Matthew, I need to talk to Matthew. I need to talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah. He called me last week. We had a good conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, we got so many questions here. Look at this.
Christopher Capello's a good guy. Yeah.
Monte Cristo White Series.
Yes, Monte Cristo. I love them. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, Bruno was definitely a gangster. Bruno was a gangster for sure. He was a killer, and he was a top earner. So that makes him the ultimate gangster. When you got a guy that can make money on the streets and take a person's life, that makes them the most dangerous person on the streets. That makes them the boss material, and that makes them dangerous. And you got some fools that are just like, they can go kill. Then you got some guys that are just good at making money, but they couldn't kill a fly. When you got somebody that can kill, and then you got somebody that can make money, that's what creates the dangerous man. That's what I was. That's what I know. Bobby, you were capable of that. And Bruno definitely was a gangster. The only problem Bruno made was, talking to that FBI agent, and that's what got him killed.
Yeah.
But other than that, he was definitely a gangster.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ray's little helper. Anthony, you know anything out of Detroit?
I know black gangsters out of Detroit. Other than that, I don't think I know any. I had any dealings with any Italians. Not even in prison. I don't think I was ever in prison with them. Not much to do with Detroit. Just black gangs. I had some dealings with.
All right, what's Anthony's
My channel is Money, Mayhem, and the Mafia. And we're going to talk about money, doing all these things that, people want to know. I was at a strip club earlier, and I was talking to this girl, and I was telling her, you should get your own channel. I was telling her, but we were just talking about money. I was talking about money with the girl, about real estate. And we talked for about 10 minutes, and, talking about money with people, Bobby, you talk about money, you'd be surprised the knowledge that you have, the knowledge that we had growing up in the life, the help it does to these young kids. That's what help is. You try to tell these kids, oh, don't do crime and don't do this and don't do that. No, tell them how to make money. You know what I mean? You try to tell them not to do something they're going to do. Tell them how to make money and not go to jail. To me, that's what helps the kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's what I talk with today. So the money is going to be talking about money. The mayhem is obviously the violence that you want to commit, and the mafia is what we all talk about forever, because it was the number one crime group in the world history of the world. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we were part of that one time. I love that Anthony is putting the on the map. Yes.
Somebody's got to do it. You know what I mean, Christopher? I mean, it's like we deserve a platform.
Yeah.
We deserve the Boston gangsters and the Connecticut gangsters, my area gangsters. To me, they rank right. I sat down with bosses in New York, okay? And the biggest crime family there was the Genovese crime family. And I sat down with bosses in Gambino family. I've been in prison with them. Bobby, you've been in prison with them. They're no different than us. They're no different. No. What's different is bigger city, 5 families, bigger city, bigger families. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. But when it comes to the quality and everything that it comes down to, you know, per capita, I take us over any day. So that's what I want to put. I want to put that on the map. I want to put us on the map, just like I put our area on the map when I came into power. I put us on the map, you know, that way. I want to put us on the map this way and just shine a light. You know, that's all. No disrespect to nobody. Just shine a light on our area and show people who, you know, you want to talk about gangsters, talk about Whitey Tropiano in Connecticut. He was on
Yeah.
Murder Ring. Killed more people probably than any guy in New York ever killed. You know, talk about him. And they killed him in New York. And my uncle was best friends with him. So, you know, you talk about Billy Grasso, who you know, you talk about those guys in Boston. Talk about our area, Sam Kafari, the Shabelli brothers, all the guys in my area, notorious guys,
They were.
guys that and they're well known countrywide. Anywhere you go, nationwide, they're well known.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby, Kim, Anthony, hope all is well. Anthony, did you ever meet my Uncle Salty?
Salty. The name Salty doesn't ring a bell. I might have.
That's a distant cousin of mine right there.
Salty or the Kim?
No, Daniel Luisi.
Oh. Anthony. Hey, Mike, are you? Yeah, Gene. I love Gene. Gene is a good dude. Gene is for real. He's for real. He's not a phony. He just speaks his mind, and I like Gene.
All right, Jesse, I agree with you guys. Raymond Sr. was a huge powerhouse, and the bosses before him was very powerful and ruled from Boston in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. That's right. There was a big family, Finally, Rhode Island, they put it all together. That's a series I was doing with Emily, but she's so busy, Anthony. We only did one show,
Yeah.
But we're gonna do more.
Well, Raymond was born in Worcester.
Worcester, yeah.
4
years
from
old.
what I'm learning, I never knew this. I'm gonna double check this, but from what I learned is Frank Iacone is the one that initially made him into the family. I'm gonna double check that. Yeah. I don't know if you know about that, but I'm gonna check that.
No, I'm not sure.
Because Frank Iacone was a big time guy, and he had a son Chester who was big time man in the families, and everybody knows him throughout the underworld.
All right, we got like 10 minutes left. We got to go through these. All right, because Raymond Sr., I believe, was the longest standing boss, like 30 plus years. Yeah, he did have a long run.
Now, when they say that, what about hey, but listen to this. How about Big Nose Sam in my area, right? So that's why they try to say they don't give no recognition. So Sam came over here in the fucking, back in the early teens. He never went to jail ever. He died at home in his sleep. A notorious boss. He was at the Appalachian meetings in 1957. Never went to jail ever. Stabbed a guy back in the, I don't know if it was a policeman or somebody, murderer, ruled with an iron fist, and never went to prison at all. But you don't hear from him. Why? Small city.
Small city. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? And he ruled with an iron fist. Yeah, Midgie's. I got stories on Midgie coming up.
Let's see.
We're gonna do the top 10 gangsters in Connecticut. Go on.
He's asking for who's running all the cities.
Well, let's put them up, but we're not going to talk about that.
Who's running Boston? Who's running Worcester?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about
that. That's why I didn't put him up.
No, but still, he's a new guy on here. He should be up, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, she's subscribed to the channel, Anthony. There we go.
Thank you, Cherry. Yeah.
Philip Buccelli was the boss before Raymond Sr. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and if you look up, look up Big Nose Sam. Just, do a quick research on Sam and you'll see all that. I mean, the guy was like a legendary, he was born in Calabria, and we all know the Calabrian Mafia, what that is today. It's called the 'Ndrangheta, and that's the most powerful organized crime group today, not La Cosa Nostra, not, anything else. That group.
Yeah.
And the Calabrian Mafia, that's where Sam was. I'm a Calabrese, and Sam was a Calabrese, and Sam ruled our area. And I got stories about all that coming up.
Nice. That's going to be good. How's the Rooster Anthony in Connecticut?
I got a lot of stories with the Rooster. That's coming soon.
How do qualify that, huh? Sports band, okay. Kingfish. I know I could never do the life. I'm not a tough guy. My mother-in-law, on the other hand, she's a tough guy. Mustache is tougher than my office.
Hey, but you know what?
Nice.
How many times you hear that one though? You know, our mothers or the mother-in-laws, they could have been mafiosos worse than us.
Oh yeah, forgot about it. Good Times TV. I
Oh
wish it was.
yeah, I had the best weed. I'm gonna do all the stories on the marijuana too. I love talking marijuana.
All right, Kachuk, what's up? Anthony, Bobby, what up, boys?
Chusa, how are you, Chusa?
Okay. Joe Root, same fat guy. Was he talking about me?
I don't know.
I lost weight. I can't be talking about me.
Gonna go watch Anthony's show and catch up before bed. Nice.
Oh, thanks, Jerry.
Okay.
Unless you guys.
I only got 2 shows, but I'm gonna start dropping them more and more. I'm trying to get the equipment all set up good, the microphone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they said it was low hearing, and I was gonna actually do a show yesterday, but I didn't have the microphone, and I want to get it nice.
Oh, good times. You got to drive up to get some good weed. He said. That's too funny.
Yeah.
Did Paul Castellano have New Haven?
Well, you know, I'm going to talk
there,
about
right?
that too, Bobby, because listen, the Genovese and well, just like in your area, they instigated the whole war with you guys up there. You know, like they backed up when that hit came on Salemi.
Yeah.
I think it was Gotti that backed up that faction.
It was Gotti and Sammy.
You know,
he told me they drove up.
All right, and they did the same thing. They did the same thing throughout other areas. You know, they come into the they killed a captain in the Connecticut. You know, they killed 2 captains. They that I know of. They killed 2, and it was all. See, New York is big. They have all their families, so they try to push out. So they go to New Jersey. Then what's the next state? Connecticut. You know, and they try to push. And construction, people don't realize the garbage industry, the construction industry. That's what they want. That's what the big bosses want. You know, like people think the mafia and everything. Mafia is organized crime. When you get to the top level, they don't give a fuck about the shylocking and the sports and everything. Those bosses, they want construction. They want garbage. They want food businesses. They want all the legitimate businesses. So they push forward they came into Connecticut. They ended up killing a couple guys in Connecticut. You know, and this is all documents in public knowledge. You know, how they do that. And they instigate beefs and they take over just so they can infiltrate, you know, those industries. And that's what they do.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got 6 minutes left.
Thank you, American.
All right, that's Helen. I met Angelo Bruno when I was a little girl. Yeah. He was a big boss, big name.
In Philly?
Oh, yeah. All right. Tony, when did you sit down at Mount Carmel in Springfield? That dude that runs the place seems like a great dude.
He is. He's a good man. He's a good man. And and let me tell you something. They can say what they want about him. He's a good man.
Did you see that?
All right, besides Bobby, who else did you deal with in the Boston area?
A lot of all the same guys that Bobby knows. All the captains, the bosses. I sat down with the bosses. I sat down with captain. And Bobby, you know this. There was rival factions, not with you. You were with Philly. Then they had the patriarchs, and you had rival factions in that family. You know, you had. I don't know if you're comfortable with saying names, but I'm going to say the names. But no, I'm talking after when.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking. There were still rival factions.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So when we used to go down, we used to sit with them, and this group hated them. They were actively looking, I think, to kill each other at the time when we were going to meet with them, and they, you know, there was definitely, you know. They didn't want this guy to be the boss. You know, Karma was the boss. They didn't, you know, a lot of guys didn't like him.
No.
And there was a faction that didn't like him. And then that faction that did like him. And we would go meet with that faction and they would fucking badmouth that. And they would meet with them and they would badmouth them. And, you know, and that's how it was.
You used to badmouth me. That's what they do.
Well, until the bodies start dropping, you know.
Yeah. All right, we got a few minutes left. Anybody know that we could put up
This one.
Jordan, yeah. Hi guys, did you know John Bug Pushy Russo and Anthony Little Pussy Russo? I didn't know them. Okay. I'm just looking for any good Carmen S.
Carmen's a good dude.
Oh, wait, it's around. Oh.
Okay, I didn't know him. Carmen.
Good Time TV is from Philly. All right. Let's see. I'm from Philly and show you Joey Molino is like John Gotti over here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He was like that back in the
We're
day.
in a mall one time. I think we were near Cherry Hill, Anthony, right? And we're in there. Oh, look at Big G. Thank you, Big G.
Oh, Big G.
Yeah, so we were going to Florida and they were shopping and they went to, what's that, Versace store or whatever. And 3 black kids came by. Is that Joey? I says, yeah, it's Joey.
Yeah.
They said, can we touch him? I said, no, you can't touch him. They love him now. Everybody loves this kid.
Yeah.
He was great, Joey. It was cool.
And, he kind of like, for a modern day boss, it's amazing what he did. You know what I mean? Because he got out of prison. He went to Florida.
Yeah.
And he does like the shit that, that we do. Like he'll overboard a bookmaker. He'll, he'll get guys to give him some money for something and swindle them. And, he's just living his life. And as far as him, but that's what he had to do to get away with what the scrutiny that he was under. Because they're never going to let him go. Once you have to disappear. That's what Gotti Jr. Sr. should have did. He should have went to Florida, like Joey Molino. Took off, took all the heat down in Florida, and left his crew up here, and left them, and then take all the heat down there with him, and just live the good life. Send them $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month, $1 million a month, and live whatever, however you want.
That's right. All right. Listen, so sorry about a lot of people that did we go all the way down?
Yeah, we missed quite a few, but we got most of them. There's not a few, I did good. We did good.
Yeah, excellent. We got to sign off now. It's 10 o'clock. Anthony, thank you so much for coming on. I'm coming down to do your show. Did you look at that mic that I showed you?
I got the mic, and then I hooked it all up, and then the thing didn't work. I don't know if there was the wrong thing. I got to bring it back tomorrow. I was going to do a show yesterday.
Yeah.
And I had to delay it because I needed, there's a lot of work involved with this stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not used to doing work.
I
don't like work. You know what I mean?
With the light, I got cameras in here, 4K cameras. You got to see this one.
I'm ready to get somebody that looks like me and just prop them up and just do the whole show and say they're me. You know what I mean?
You'll find out how much work it is.
All right, cuz, I love you.
I love you, cuz. You guys have a great night. Wish you the best.
We're going to end off with a commercial. We got the book commercial, huh?
We do have the book commercial.
All right, cuz. Thank you. I love you.
I'll talk to you soon. Call me tomorrow. I love you. All right. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye.